Okay, so have you ever gotten one of those like mini heart attacks? You know, when like the lights go out?
Mm-hmm.
It happened to me the other day, right in the middle of making dinner.
Oh, no.
I know it's amazing how much we depend on electricity,
Right.
but how little we think about
Mm.
the people who keep it humming.
Yeah.
So today, we are sending our deep dive crew
Yeah.
into the world of the electricity distribution technician.
Okay.
And trust me,
Yeah.
it's way more interesting than it sounds.
I believe it.
Our sources.
Yeah.
A whole stack of insights from RoleCatcher, their career guide, interview tips, even a peek into how AI is changing the hiring game.
Oh, wow.
Buckle up.
What's fascinating is that most of us wouldn't even know where to start if we had to trace our electricity back to the source.
Right.
We flip a switch and boom, light. But that simple action masks a crazy complex system. That's where electricity distribution technicians come in. They're the wizards behind the curtain.
Okay, no more taking them for granted.
Yeah.
But let's ditch the wizard metaphor and talk specifics. What do these technicians actually do? The RoleCatcher guide mentions something about constructing and maintaining electric power transmission and distribution systems.
Yeah.
I'm already lost.
It's easy to get tripped up by the jargon, so let's break it down. Essentially, it's about ensuring the reliable flow of electricity from power plants all the way to your house. Think of it like a network of highways for electrons.
Okay.
Transmission lines are like the interstate highways,
Okay.
carrying high voltage power over long distances. Distribution lines are more like your local roads, bringing the electricity right to your neighborhood and into your home.
Okay, so it's not just about climbing power poles, it's managing this whole intricate web of energy flow.
Right.
What does that look like day to day?
Yeah.
The RoleCatcher guide uses the phrase variety of tasks, but how much variety are we talking about? Are we just replacing fuses and splicing wires?
It's a lot more dynamic than that.
Okay.
Remember, we're talking about the entire infrastructure. So you've got the installation and maintenance of power lines, of course, but also transformers, those big gray boxes you see near power lines, which help regulate voltage. Then there's troubleshooting outages, ensuring safety regulations are met, even interacting with customers.
Hold on, customers. I thought we were talking about electricians, not customer service reps.
That's the thing. This job requires a surprising amount of people skills.
Really?
Imagine a technician needs to access equipment on someone's property or explain why their power is out. They need to be able to communicate clearly, address concerns, and sometimes even diffuse tense situations. It's about technical expertise and diplomacy.
That's wild. It's like being an electrician, a PR rep, and a field engineer all rolled into one. No wonder RoleCatcher highlights the importance of soft skills in this field. And speaking of skills, the pros and cons section mentions the range needed is surprisingly broad.
Absolutely. And the breakdown RoleCatcher provides really drives that home. You've got the technical side. Building and construction skills are huge, making up 63% of the role's requirements. Mechanical aptitude is crucial too, clocking in at 57%. But here's the curveball. Customer service skills are essential 52% of the time. And even education and training come in at a surprising 53%. They're not just electricians, they're teachers, communicators, and problem solvers, all while working with potentially dangerous voltages.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
This isn't just about connecting wires. It's a career that demands both brains and social skills.
Definitely.
But how does all of this play out over time? Does someone just stay an apprentice electrician forever?
Not at all. There's a clear progression with increasing specialization as you gain experience. RoleCatcher lays out 4 main stages in the career stages section, starting with entry-level positions where you're assisting with basic tasks and soaking up knowledge. Think of it like an apprenticeship, learning the ropes from seasoned pros.
So lots of hands-on experience early on, which makes sense. But where do you go from there?
That's where you step into the role of a junior electrician.
Okay.
You're taking on more responsibility, tackling more complex tasks independently. And what's interesting here is that formal education starts to play a bigger role. The guide mentions junior electricians with bachelor's degrees, especially as the field demands more specialized knowledge.
Wow. A bachelor's degree for working on the grid.
Yeah.
That says a lot about how much this field has evolved. It's not just about brawn anymore. It's about having the knowledge to handle increasingly sophisticated systems.
Right.
What comes after that?
The next rung on the ladder is the senior electrician.
Okay.
These are the folks with years of experience under their belts, often with master's degrees or specialized certifications.
Oh.
They're not just fixing things, they're overseeing projects, designing maintenance programs, and mentoring those junior electricians we talked about.
Okay, I'm getting a sense that experience is king in this field. But you mentioned something earlier about a PhD-level electrician. Is
Yeah.
that for real?
It is. RoleCatcher even gives an example of a lead electrician with a PhD, someone who might be heading up research and development for a utility company, or consulting on complex grid modernization projects. We're talking about pushing the boundaries of energy technology, developing solutions for a more sustainable future.
So you've got this incredible career path ahead of you
Yeah.
with the potential to go from apprentice to PhD-level expert.
Right.
But how do you even break into this field in the first place?
Mm.
The job market can be brutal.
Yeah.
And with all the talk about AI and automation taking over,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to feel overwhelmed. RoleCatcher mentioned how AI is changing the hiring game, and honestly, it's got me a little nervous.
It's true, the rise of AI in recruitment is definitely shaking things up.
Yeah.
But it's not about robots replacing humans. It's about understanding how to navigate this new landscape to your advantage. The RoleCatcher Your Competitive Edge section dives into this, and it's packed with useful advice.
So what's the secret? Is it all about keyword stuffing your resume and hoping for the best?
It's a bit more nuanced than that. The key takeaway is this. AI screening tools are like gatekeepers.
Okay.
They're looking for very specific matches between your skills and the job description. So blasting out a generic resume won't cut it anymore.
Right.
You have to tailor it to each specific job you apply for,
What?
highlighting the experiences and skills that are most relevant to that particular role.
That makes sense. You wouldn't wear a swimsuit to a job interview at a tech company, right?
Mhm.
You've got to dress for the job you want, and the same goes for your resume in the age of AI. But how do you even know what skills to emphasize if you're new to the field?
That's where a tool like RoleCatcher can be a game changer. They've got free resources that analyze job descriptions and identify those crucial keywords. They even have an AI-powered tool that scores your resume based on how well it matches up. Think of it as having a personal career coach in your pocket.
That's amazing. It's like having a secret weapon in the fight against the dreaded black hole of online applications. It sounds like RoleCatcher is all about empowering job seekers to put their best foot forward, even when they're up against an algorithm.
Exactly. They understand that while AI is changing the game, the human element is still crucial. At the end of the day, it's still people who are hiring other people. And this is where those soft skills we talked about earlier become even more important. Communication, problem solving, adaptability. These are the uniquely human traits that will set you apart in an increasingly automated world.
So it's not about humans versus robots. It's about humans and AI working together.
Right.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the future of this field. The RoleCatcher guide mentioned renewable energy and smart grids as major trends. What does that mean for someone considering a career as an electricity distribution technician? Is it all going to look completely different in a few years?
That's a great question, and it's one that's got people in the industry buzzing. The shift towards renewable energy sources like solar and wind is a game changer. Think about it. The traditional power grid was designed for centralized power plants generating electricity and sending it out in one direction. Now imagine trying to integrate thousands of solar panels and wind turbines scattered across the landscape, all feeding power into the grid at different times, sometimes intermittently.
It's like trying to direct traffic in a city where everyone is driving their own way. It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It definitely presents some unique challenges, and that's where our electricity distribution technicians come in. They're on the front lines of integrating these new technologies, ensuring the grid can handle this two-way flow of energy. They're the ones installing and maintaining the equipment that connects solar panels and wind turbines to the grid, and they're the ones troubleshooting problems when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing.
So it's not just about keeping the lights on anymore. It's about making sure the entire system can adapt to these new sources of energy.
Right.
What about smart grids? That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it? But smart grids are becoming a reality, and they're going to revolutionize how we manage our electricity. Imagine a grid that can think for itself, monitoring energy demand and adjusting supply in real time, automatically rerouting power around outages, and even communicating with your appliances to optimize energy use.
That's incredible. It's like giving the grid a brain. But how does that impact the work of an electricity distribution technician?
It means they need to be on top of their game, constantly learning and adapting to new technologies. They're the ones who will be installing and maintaining the sensors, software, and communication systems that make the smart grid possible. They'll need to be comfortable working with data troubleshooting complex problems and collaborating with engineers and IT specialists.
So it's not just about electrical skills anymore. It's about being a tech-savvy problem solver, comfortable in a constantly evolving field. It sounds like there's never a dull moment.
Exactly. And that's what makes this career path so exciting. As we move towards a more sustainable energy future, the demand for skilled electricity distribution technicians is only going to grow. These are the people who are literally building the infrastructure for a cleaner, more efficient world.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've gone from blown fuses to PhD-level research, from AI anxieties to the mind-blowing potential of smart grids. I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for the folks who keep our world powered up.
It's easy to take electricity for granted, but the next time you flip a switch, take a moment to think about the network of skilled professionals who made it happen.
Absolutely. They are the unsung heroes of our modern world, working behind the scenes to keep our lives running smoothly. And as technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace, it's clear that their skills and expertise will be more important than ever. So if you're someone who enjoys problem solving, isn't afraid of a challenge, and wants to play a vital role in shaping a sustainable future, this might just be the career path for you.
Indeed.
That's it for our deep dive into the world of the electricity distribution technician. We hope you found this journey as illuminating as we did. Until next time, keep those circuits humming and your curiosity charged up.